Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. My name is Austin Betha and I'm super glad to have you here. Please do hit the subscribe button before you leave and also give this video a very big thumbs up at the end if you enjoy what I feel like I'm rapping. Guys, I'm excited to be back here. I'm sorry I was away yesterday. It wasn't my intention. This laptop right here decided to, have a little bit of malaria, and although we're still treating the malaria, it's not completely okay, but it's manageable. She can function just a tiny bit. Okay, so without wasting any more time, let's get right into today's episode of the Bbnaija highlights. Guys, in today's episode, there were quite a number of highlights, okay? And that's what this highlight should be about. I actually got tired of just watching them replay how the housemates wake up, how they go for workout. Of course, we know that all of these things are definitely going to happen, so you don't necessarily have to show us all of that again, and just talking about the whole highlights actually got boring, so I don't know, but today was quite interesting, basketballs here and there, conversations here and there that were just a little bit, I don't really know. Those kind of conversations where you're like, oh wow, so this person actually said this kind of things about me. They've started showing us all of that. So I'm just here thinking, how are these housemates taking the whole highlight? Because there were conversations that they had behind closed doors, or they had in the toilet, in the lounge, and now it's coming out, and the person they were talking about is obviously listening and like, oh wow, so you said this kind of thing about me, yet you come to my front and you're acting like you're all nice and all of that. Guys, it's so crazy, and I really cannot wait for the reunion because there's going to be a lot of basketballs. Now, speaking about basketballs, the highlight for me tonight personally was the one between Lucy and Tochi. Oh no, do you know that I'm the head of house and I can tell you where exactly you need to clean? And he's like, no, you cannot order me around. I mean, you tell me, okay, let's go outside, not follow me, do this, clean here. And he's like, no, what are you saying? Is that something? I'm like, oh, Lucy, relax.
I said follow me. There's a place to be cleaned. What is your problem, guy?
Lucy, relax. We know you're the head of house. We're not dragging that with you. Like, when Big Brother called all the housemates into the diary room one after the other and was asking them what they thought about Lucy being their head of house, almost all of them had negative things to say about Lucy. V categorically mentioned that Lucy's reign was more of a dictatorship. A lot of other people felt like, oh, she was being too hard, she just wants things to go her way, she's this, she's that. I think the only person that didn't really say anything negative about Lucy was actually Nengi, because when Biggie asked her, she was like, oh no, she's good, she's been doing well so far, and I'm just happy that a lady won it after me. That's about the only person that had anything positive to say about Lucy. And I don't know, Lucy, that time everybody they complain, Lucy, relax. Even in the head of house lounge, Prince was trying to talk to her, but the girl would just not listen. No, we have to clean, we have to do that. I'm gonna keep cleaning now. Anyways, Biggie noticed that there was tension in the house on that particular day. It was actually day 10, okay, just in case you're wondering. Biggie noticed that there was a lot of tension, and he decided to make room for them to play a game. And he told them to split themselves into two equal male and female housemates in each group. So we had the team black and team white, and part of the task Biggie gave them was for them to align themselves, according to their date of birth, according to their shoe sizes, and according to the number of times they've come to audition for the Big Brother show without actually saying a word. So imagine that group black actually has like 5 people in that group. Their group leader is expected to know how many times this person has auditioned in ascending order. So that was basically what the game was about. Now it was time for them to rehearse for their Thursday wager task, which obviously was a circus show. I mean, I was supposed to bring that gist to you guys yesterday. I actually filmed it, but there was nothing to edit with, okay? They were supposed to have a circus show according to what Biggie had told them, and he had brought in props and all of that. Praise was in charge of the choreography because of course we all know that Praise is a good dancer, and there was another basketballs there. Kaisha wasn't really doing what Praise wanted them to do. She was just being rigid and all of that. And then Praise was like, Kaisha, go back. Nengi, come and stand here, because Nengi was actually doing it better than Kaisha. And Kaisha was like, no, you cannot tell me to go back. Go back for what? Just tell me to improve. If you think I'm not doing it well, correct me, okay? I like this position. Now the rest of the housemates were like, Kaisha, actually you need to go back, you're not doing it well. And she's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Prince was like, okay, everybody calm down, just let her be. If she doesn't get it right by tomorrow, she will go back, simple and short. I don't know, Kaisha just had a lot of clash with some of the housemates. Not necessarily like very serious issues where they are killing themselves and all of that, but there were just subtle things she did in the house that got a lot of the housemates agitated. For example, yesterday they were having the truth or dare game. Kaisha did not want to be a part of the game. and you want to still be on the table watching people kissing themselves. Madam, you don't do that. If you don't want to be a part of it, go inside, go and sleep. You can't be looking at my own bra, looking at my own breast. You don't want to open. You cannot be looking at me kissing other people. You don't want to kiss. Because if you guys remember, those their truth or dare games were really spicy. You know, it was hot. Okay, yesterday we actually had Kiddwaya kiss Erica. We actually had Kiddwaya go and look at the color of pants Tony was wearing. It was also yesterday that we had Eric carry Lilo up and was kissing her for like how many minutes. So of course there was a lot of kissing. So if you do not want to be a part of it, madam, go inside. But I don't know, Kasha said get for body. She get for body. Okay. Anyways, another highlight from tonight's episode was the conversation between Erica and Laycon, and also the conversation between Erica and Kiddwaya. So at this point, yeah, it was clear to us that Erica was already attracted to Kiddwaya, but she genuinely loved her friendship with Laycon. And it was when she was having this conversation with Laycon that she talked about the whole physical attraction thing and mental attraction. You know, she mentioned how she was physically attracted to Kiddwaya and mentally attracted to Laycon. You know, and Laycon was like, okay, so what are you going to do about it? Because obviously sometimes it's almost like I'm putting you on the spot. You know, I want you to talk to me and this other person is getting jealous, or you're talking to this person and I'm getting jealous. You know, according to him, yeah, when Laycon was talking to, was it Nengi, he told Nengi that he doesn't want to be caught up in all of these things because, again, you know, she's here and she's there. But yesterday's episode was where Laycon actually proposed to Erica. You know, he gave her a ring, and I know that it was deep for Laycon. Doing that was deep for Laycon, but for Erica it was more of, oh yeah, he's my friend, you know, we're just having fun and all of that. But anyway, it's not my place to say. We don't already know how to thing end, so no need to the cry over milk when already pour, milk when don't sour for ground. Like, no need. Okay, now speaking about the conversation she was having with Kiddwaya, she categorically told Kiddwaya that she was attracted to him. You know, as annoying as that sounded, you know, she was attracted to him, and the guy was like really excited hearing that. Of course, you guys remember how Kiddwaya and Erica's conversation usually went. You know, there's always a lot of touching, you know, very close body warmth and all of that. Like, we almost always expect them to kiss or hug or just do something. You know, they were having that conversation, but then again, you know, towards the end of today's episode, it almost seemed like Erica didn't know what exactly she wanted to do. Guys, let me know who you think actually ran that voiceover, because at some point it was like, at this point Erica is confused about her purpose. I'm like, cuckoo kill me, which one is she's confused about her purpose? Remember that time she was talking to Laycon about the fact that, oh, she really feels like going home because this is not really her thing, you know, she's not comfortable, she's not this, she wants to go home. And then Laycon was like, no, don't do that. A lot of people are actually dying to have this opportunity that you have, so make sure to make the best use of it.
I'm just not really happy in this house. I'm thinking of being very honest.
She also had the same conversation with Wathoni and T-Badge in the garden. You know, they were asking her why she was unhappy. So that she doesn't really know, that she feels like she's forcing the whole friendship thing, and that's not her style. You know, just looking back at it now, I remember that at this time, yeah, Erica had a lot of things on her mind, and she just didn't know how to express it, or just who to express it to, because again, she wasn't really sure of her stand with these two people that she liked mentally and physically. You know, it was just around that period, it was quite difficult. You know, it was really difficult for Erica, and at that point again, Kiddwaya was now withdrawing from her because Tochi kept on asking Kiddwaya what's going on. You know, that one just they speak phone will not even understand where from pick that phone. I feel like you're withdrawing, you know, you're holding back. I say wait till they worry, you not go bite yourself, talk normal, you're holding back, you are withdrawing. Which one be you're withdrawing? Anyway, that one never concerned me. But then when he asked Kiddwaya that question, you know, he was like, Erica assumes that all he wants is to get into her pants. Okay, better leave that side. You know, that was basically what he said, and he just didn't like the fact that that was exactly what she thought about him. And he also mentioned that she was handling the whole thing in a very childish manner. He didn't like it, so he's just trying to give her space. This one, that how come she thinks he's a player, how come she thinks she's this. Oga, you gave us player vibes, let's not lie. You gave us player vibes. I, for one, I thought you were a player. I mean, I still think that sometimes about you, Kiddwaya, but you know, it not even concern me. That means I don't even meet the guy before, better it not concern me. Anyway, moving on. Okay, now another part of today's episode that caught my attention was the conversation Nengi had with Laycon. You know, when Laycon was talking to her about Erica and the whole situationship and all of that, she also mentioned that, you know, she has told Xoxo that she doesn't want anything serious in this house. And she has also mentioned that to Prince, because at the initial time, Prince and Xoxo, both had an eye for Nengi, you know, but we all know how that went down. But anyway, she was telling Laycon that, look, I've told these guys, I know that Prince might be able to handle it, but I'm not sure Xoxo can handle all of that. And the truth is, Xoxo could not. Okay, let's not try and, you know, use butter to cover the bread. The bread empty, we see, and the aggregate bread, nothing this side. Okay, nothing to hide inside the bread. You know, Xoxo could not handle that information. He was just I'm like, I know they're going to get to that part where I'm just like, Xoxo, relax, okay, relax. But we never reached that part. The part where even make me laugh. Now, Lucio, after they finished wager task, Biggie told them that they lost the wager for the week. Lucy now went back to the head of house lounge. She was now crying. Okay, Prince, being a good deputy, he was trying to cheer her up and just get her out of that mood, but Auntie Lucy wasn't going to have it. So like, look, people should go and be enjoying yourself. If you think people did well enough, go and be enjoying yourself. Last week, Nengi, that was the head of house, she was having fun, she was living her best life, she was doing this, she was doing that, and you know, everybody was doing whatever it was that she asked. But it's my turn now, everybody's taking it pee. If I say do this, everybody's thinking I'm trying to order them around. Is it that they didn't read the rule book that Biggie gave to us? Nengi didn't really do so much, but this week I made sure that we worked, we cleaned the house, we did it yet again, we failed. How am I supposed to feel good about that? And Prince is like, Lucy, Big Brother did not say anything about cleaning the house or littering the house. He basically said that our performances were not good enough and that's why we lost. Lucy, everything doesn't have to be about you. And she's like, please just go. I don't even know why we're even having this conversation. I'm like, oh, Lucy, rest. See, I can bet it that there's going to be a lot of conversation around Lucy and just the way she was reacting to a lot of things. You know, she would cry when you feel like, okay, this cry is not necessary, and she would yell when not necessary. Like, there are just a lot of things Lucy was doing in the house, and you know, it just kept a lot of people wondering, like, yo, is she alright? Like, let's speak phonetics, because Tochi they speak English. Is she alright? Like, my guy, okay, better leave this thing. Phonetics is not your calling. Anyway, that's basically everything that happened on today's episode of the highlight. Let me know what your favorite part of the highlight was from today's episode. Let's just have a conversation in the comment section, because I missed you guys so much and I just want us to talk, okay? If there's anything I missed out, I beg, write out for comment. Not insult me, not yab me, okay? Sometimes Big Brother they sleep, Big Brother they make mistakes sometimes. So if Big Sister said forget something or say she make mistake, you correct Big Sister, because a big sister is what? Always a big sister. Just like a big brother is always, hey, better you want sleep, okay? Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.